You're only a what if away from great winter holidays. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Stav, Abby and Matt.
Brisbane wakes up with Stav, Abby and Matt on B105.
Hello, podcasters. How are we?
Very good.
Abby is listening to another podcast at the moment, which is the Taylor Swift, Travis
New
Kelce
heights.
one.
It's pretty good.
One of the most popular in the world.
1 million people are live streaming it now.
Wow.
Over a mil. Yeah.
That's incredible, hey?
Yep.
So
Wonder how many are live streaming ours.
probably tens of people. So we'll get on with today's podcast and we'll have a full rundown of that podcast tomorrow.
Well, a rude awakening for me was, and I probably shouldn't share this,
From body stuff to babies,
and I was like so angry.
confidence to career moves. It's real talk about lessons learned the hard way.
And I just wish that people had given me good advice that I could use.
So maybe you don't have to.
I was like, oh my God, they obviously know that I'm not worth it.
This is Things I Wish I Knew with Abby Coleman.
I feel like I've always gravitated towards positivity. Like if there's a bad instance, I'd like to know the good side of it or what you've learnt from it, or if there's, I don't know, some reason why you went through that. Just that's my coping mechanism, I guess. So when I got asked if I want to do this podcast, I was like, no, thank you. But
Positively no.
Yeah, positively no. But I was like, well, I want people to be able to get something out of it, I guess, or what's the reason for it.
Yeah.
But our producer, Ash, and our other producer, Caitlin, were like, wait a minute. Let's talk about, I guess, the things that you've learnt in your life, even though I'm so young. To be able to pass
you've
on
really learned
the
a lot in
wisdom.
22 years, haven't you?
I know, to pass on the wisdom to them, because I feel like I've made so many mistakes.
Well, I think, are they mistakes or is it you've just lived life? You know what I mean? And people will go through similar things in life.
Really bothered me, especially going into radio, the amazing women that I looked up to, and I would then hear them in the hallway telling me all the bad stories, and I just felt sick to my stomach. I was like, well, if it's so bad, why are you still in it?
Yeah, that's true.
And why aren't you telling me some sort of pearls of wisdom of how to cope with it rather than, it's a man's world and you should, and I was like, oh gosh, okay, no worries. So then I never want to be that person to other people. So
And you're not that person at all. You're always helping out situations. And I think the thing, like, if you have a problem, there's always someone else who's probably gone through a similar thing. And why not pick their brain and see how they dealt with it?
I want you to know, and I guess all the women that are younger than me, that I've got your back.
I know that.
That it's not a competition. Like, I've really got your back, and I want to be able to, I guess, support you in whatever way you need. And Things I Wish I Knew Earlier is the name of the podcast that we've got on our Stav, Abby and Matt, wherever you get your podcast from.
Yeah.
And episode 2 is out right now.
Are you nervous
No.
about this episode?
Oh, well, it is a bit about me and it's quite personal, but not really nervous. I guess this episode is all about me questioning whether I should have kids or not. So I'm 35 years old. I've had a partner for 10 years and it's just something that I am sort of grappling with at the moment. I guess you hear your body clock is ticking as a 35-year-old woman, and you always get asked questions from people. And I don't really know the answer to whether I want or should have kids or not, or can have kids or not.
That's true.
Is it a conversation that you and Dan have had, though, between the two of you? Like,
Yeah.
are you talking about whether or not you are going to have children?
Yeah, we've had the conversation, and he very much wants to have kids.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a tricky one.
How does he take it when you say to him you're unsure?
Not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, I would never want to deny him of anything he wants in his life, but you never want to do something that's not right for you and for them, but it sort of comes part and parcel. Like, yeah, it's tricky.
But saying that you might not have that compatibility because it's not that you don't love each other and see yourself together as a future. But I guess my biggest thing that I took from it, and I've always been scared to ask, is kind of like, you're the I'm fine girl. And I feel like you put a lot of things in denial of going, well, maybe I can't have kids, so I don't want kids. And I was like, but how do you ever know
Yeah, well,
And-
that's sort of where I got with it. In the podcast, I talk about how, like, from a young age, I've always sort of thought, oh, maybe I just can't have kids because I've never been that maternal and maybe physically it wouldn't be possible for me. Now, I don't know the answers to that, but in my mind, I've sort of psyched myself out of thinking that it would be possible. Because,
So then, therefore, you don't want to.
well, yeah, ish.
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out.
We're figuring it out together.
But right. So there's a small part of you that thinks you might, but you're in a position where you don't know what decision to make. You kind of
I
at a
think
crossroads.
Ash is scared that she might not be able to have kids because it's never happened before. So therefore saying, am I going to be happy if I don't have them?
Yeah.
And I guess then being that person that makes that decision that kids aren't for me. And I think that's a hard one because then it affects people around you because they constantly ask about it. And then does it affect your friendships as well?
Yeah.
Because you know yourself that when you're catching up with friends, that's all they talk about.
If they've got kids,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you sort of, if all your kids in your friendship group have, friends have had them, it excludes you a bit. Like, there's so many layers to it.
You'd be surprised. You're reminding me a lot of my wife because I was kind of neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But she was like, no, not at all. And she was the least maternal person
And what was her reason
I've
for?
ever met. She doesn't like them.
She doesn't, yeah.
She didn't like kids. Like, you'd give her a baby and she'd be like, no.
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
Ash always
I feel-
worries about. But I was
yeah.
like, well, I
And
was
then,
the same.
man, she hit 36 and there was no question.
So did she decide or did it just happen for
She
you?
just woke up and went, I think we need to have kids.
Wow, okay.
And I was like, okay. Which could have been if I was like, because we were both like,
Yeah.
like the path was set out.
Yes.
But I went, okay. But if I'd have gone, hang on a second, we said
not-
we weren't
they're not-
doing
yeah.
this, then it would have been an actual issue. But then, she just turned on a dime.
We do talk about in the podcast as well. My friends were so adamant that they didn't want to, that they had, he had a vasectomy quite young.
I
And
did
that
too,
really
so I don't
put-
know where.
No, but that put the end of the conversations, and it was for all the reasons that you said, is like people asking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why you don't want to, and one
Oh,
thing we
it's
spoke
very
about-
annoying when people
And-
ask.
But I
Oh,
never
they are,
understand
yeah.
when people say it's selfish not want kids. I'm like, isn't that the opposite?
Yeah.
Isn't it really admirable that you've made that decision that they're not suitable for you?
Yeah, but then we
they're navigating that as well because it's something that everyone needs to have.
But
Yeah.
people can only see it from their own experience. They're thinking, they know how they feel about it.
Yes.
So they're thinking, why would you not want this?
Yeah.
Not thinking you're a completely different human being to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Scott and I
everything's
made the
always
decision
from
that we
there.
weren't going to have kids, and this is one thing that we talked about. Like, we were dead set that we weren't going to after
Yeah.
our honeymoon.
You
surprised
weren't
me.
going to.
Oh, no, we were dead set.
You're the most maternal human being I know.
No, I like my kids.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, Kat's the same.
and therefore I like other people's kids now. I've had them because but I was never, and we went on our honeymoon and we were like, there is no way that we're having them. We loved that lifestyle and going on a holiday all the time. We had my nephew and niece and we decided that was it. But yeah, you hear about in the podcast, the reason that I changed it is because I was told that I wasn't able to. And then that was that real definite thing.
Classic Coleman.
Someone made it a competition.
Classic Coleman.
Someone
You know
made
what?
it a competition.
I'll show
I
you,
will show
champion.
you. Baby.
Tell me I can't, I will.
These are my spite children.
But no, you were so open and honest. I do encourage people to if you're sort of, talking about, I guess, anything to do with fertility and the difficulties from it, we sort of cover all aspects of it. So.
We do.
So it's on the listener app. You can search Stav, Abby and Matt or anywhere you get your podcasts, like your Apple, your Spotify. Check that out. But
Yeah.
13, 10, 60, I don't think you're going to be alone here, Ash, in the position that you find yourself
I
in.
hope not.
Right.
If you are someone who is exactly where Ash is or has been there, sort of how did you work through it for you with your partner?
Yeah.
And how did things turn out?
Because maybe you're the people that don't, want kids and you've made that decision. You tell people.
Yeah. And
I guess
some
hard
people
it
are
is
very
navigating.
happy without children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to
13.
navigate everyone else's opinion.
Exactly. 13, 10, 60. We'll get you on next.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Got a limited podcast that's out at the moment. It's called Things That I Wish I Knew Earlier, and you can get it on the Stav, Abby and Matt podcast where you find that. And this episode that drops today, we're talking about fertility because Ash, our producer, was like, wait a minute, what about if I don't want kids? And we just sort of explored that in the sense that her partner said that he does.
And what does that mean for a relationship sometimes if you've got
Isn't
two
it
people?
weird when you've got a conversation like that, but then you still keep going on with life. That
Yeah.
sounds bizarre, but you have that real serious thing. You're like, well, wait a minute. Like, there has to be, I guess,
A resolution.
or a turning point at one time or another.
Anonymous is there in Ipswich. Hi.
Hi.
What's your story?
I thought when I turned 30 that I wanted to have kids, so I had a child eventually. And even now, she's 10, and I still kind of regret having a child.
Wow.
That's big of you to say, because a lot of people wouldn't, I guess, admit that even to themselves. You just didn't feel like you have that maternal thing. It's just not what you thought it would be.
No. And she has a lot of needs and stuff like that, and I just don't cope because there's so much to do, and I'm a single mother, so I don't have all that extra support that most families do have.
Yeah, and it's harder than what you thought, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot harder.
Yeah, and I think everyone sort of presumes, and I guess that's one thing that Ash is saying, that, you know, you're maternal, you've got that instinct that kicks in, and for a lot of people it does, but I guess a lot of people aren't willing to admit that it never has, maybe. Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry you don't have that support. That's really hard.
That's all right. But I think if she's got the support in that, she'd be okay. But if you don't have the support and you don't want to have children, it's probably best not to.
Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you, yeah. Rochelle in Birkdale, what do you think about this?
I am like sort of on both sides. I've been with my partner now for 16 years. We sort of did it like the other way as our friends. So they had, all of our friends are on their third or fourth child now.
Yeah.
We, on the other hand, I waited 15 years to get engaged, all of that. We've been around the world, seen a lot of places, and it's now we're now 6 months engaged. And he's just like, so you want to have a baby? I said, absolutely, after the marriage, you know, but I just think there's such a high stigma of like, you know, having a baby at such a young age. Or I had also got given like a comment like, oh, once you get pregnant, my children will be babysitting your children. And I thought, like, was that meant to be like, ha, 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 we've had babies, you know, all of that stuff. But I've been through like all these fertility. I got diagnosed with PCOS. So I went to the obstetrician, and all they said was, come back when you want to have babies.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and that's a real hard thing, because you're like, well, I would prefer to be told if I could or couldn't in that sort of sense. And then you're like, when is that?
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what I went through as well, and they said that I couldn't, which is the reason why for polycystic ovary. But then you kind of, I know what you're saying. You kind of like, is it an option for me anyway or not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I had like this cloud, and there's always this cloud of uncertainty because there's not enough researchers, especially with the doctors. Your general practitioner will send you to an allied health, but then you go there and you're just like, I wasted $200 just to be told, come back when you want to have children.
I only laugh because we talked about being gaslit by the medical world, which was something that we all felt like we'd gone through at a different stage, and you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
I guess it's hard too, isn't it? Because there's no one case that's exactly the same. Is that sort of what it is? That it's kind of...
Yeah, and I guess there's all these different tests, but no one could really tell you. And no matter what we do, we can't get through the whole Mother Nature, where we don't want to be told that we have to have kids at a certain age, because that's so harsh when guys don't. And I know they have infertility as well. But it is that hard thing as well of going, well, I've got a deadline where I've got to make a decision. And then what are my options? And do I want those options?
Yeah. And you spent so much of your life trying to avoid it, and now they're like, quick, hurry up, make it happen.
Exactly. Exactly. And then you're like, why are all those options so expensive as well? And why am I being charged for it? You know?
Another anonymous in Chermside. Thanks for calling this morning.
Hi.
What's your story?
Well, I was so dead set against having children. At about 15, I stood up in a house class and announced that I was never having children.
Yeah.
So, as I said, I've always had that mentality. But don't get me wrong, I love kids. I am a teacher. And
you have to love kids to be a teacher. We believe you there.
And I liked people's babies and things like that, but I never felt that clucky for children. It was like, here, have your baby back. You know, It was nice to play with it. And again, I was like that. I didn't feel like it. So I've met my husband now, my boyfriend at the time. He always knew, and he never put any pressure on me. He knew I didn't want kids, that kind of thing. Early in our relationship, we found out he had a genetic condition that also passed on with 50-50 chance of passing it on to kids. It's a neurodegenerative disease, which is quite harsh. And that, never actually made it any more that I want to have kids in that. But like Stav said, the body clock kicks in, and at about, 35-ish or something like that, I started thinking about maybe wanting to have a baby. We went through the path, like I'd been 14 years on a depot injection to not get pregnant. We didn't know I couldn't get pregnant. So we started going to see a gynecologist and all of that stuff to see what would do, because we were going to have to do the IVF to clean up the genetic disease in the embryo.
Right.
We ended up spending $30,000 on that, and then the embryos didn't actually, we only had 4. There was 3 clean ones and 1 we didn't know about.
Wow.
The first one I lost at about 10 weeks, and the other 2 didn't stick. And the fourth one I wasn't paying thousands of dollars to put in if we didn't know it was clean.
Yeah.
And so then we just went naturally, and we had the genetic testing done, and we were very lucky he is clean of it. And then again, you get 6 months down the track, I was only ever going to have that one as well. And then again, you start to feel it again, and then we went again. So we have 2.
Wow.
That's lovely. But it is biologically cruel, though, isn't it? Because it is a pure... Your body goes, you're running out of eggs, so you've got to use them, and it kicks in. And you're like, suddenly, I need to have a baby.
But I think the concern is, what about if it doesn't kick in for some people? And for me, I kind of go, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
But it's just that hard decision of going, do I not want it, or can I not have them?
Thanks to everyone who called. Things I Wish I Knew Earlier. Episode 2 of your podcast is up right now. There's a link directly on the socials. It's a great listen. Go and check it out.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
It's Stav.
Hey, let me have a turn.
Okay.
Stav, Abby and Matt. Children's book. What? I didn't know they could write a book.
I jumped on yesterday and did a pre-sale. And then I was like, oh, are they going to see my name and go, oh, buying your own book? But I only bought 1 copy.
Hey, that's the way to drive the sales. I haven't bought one.
You were hoping for a free one? No. We need to jump on and we need to order one as well, because we're authors. We do have a kids' book that is out to buy now. So the
J.K.
pre-order.
Rowling bought the first 2 million of her books, apparently.
Really?
I was like, really? Wow, okay.
Now, the other thing is there's signed copies as well.
There is. We're going to go and sign them. I don't know how people are going to get that. I'm guessing some of the pre-order. But the reason I say that we need to buy it is because our royalties from Bumble the Bum Stinger, which is the name of the book, is going to go straight to Make-A-Wish Australia. So that's going to help life-changing wishes to seriously ill kids. So go and buy a copy, please.
An amazing charity who do great stuff. The CEO of Make-A-Wish Australia joins us this morning. Sally Bateman, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, we chose you guys, and we're hoping we get a lot of sales. And the reason that we chose you guys is because we hope that our book brings some sort of joy. And I guess that's what Make-A-Wish is all about, is giving joy and hope to kids when they're going through that worst moment.
Yeah, that's right. So Make-A-Wish has been proudly part of the Australian community now. It celebrates actually 40 years in November. Wow. And we work principally with kids between the ages of 3 and 18 who've been diagnosed with a critical illness. And our role is to try and create some moments of hope and pure joy for these kids by bringing their one true wish to life.
What would you say? Do you have like a top 5 wishes that the kids make? Is there like a one that they always want, or is it very widespread?
It's really interesting. So each wish is unique to the child themselves. So we often say at Make-A-Wish, actually, it's the wish kids that are our boss, because we never quite know what these wishes might be. But some of the ones that we do see, particularly at this time of year, and it can be a lot of what we call experience wishes. So right now we've got, I think, over 30 kids over the next sort of 6 weeks, which will have their ultimate snow experience. A number of kids from Brizzy are heading to cold old Melbourne at Mount Hotham for an amazing snow adventure. So that can be something, because for a lot of families, when childhood illness strikes, of course, life and normal childhood is replaced by hospital visits. Everything stops. But look, top 5, always sporting heroes are a perennial favourite. But there's some amazing wishes: swimming with whale sharks. All sorts of things. So really the kids are only limited by their imagination and creativity. So lots of parallels, of course, with what you've done with this amazing kids book.
what's cool, I think, about what you guys do as well is it obviously helps those children, but they've often got siblings as well who are going through this at the same time. And I imagine as well for a parent, when they get to go and do stuff as a family, it's a little slice of time where they get normality.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things about the program is we really do make sure that not only, as you said, the wish child themselves, but also each member of the family. So for some of those snow wishes, we've got grandma and grandpa coming, brothers and sisters, and it really is for many families, as you say, a slice of normality or just a moment together that brings back the normality of childhood, all about creating really important family memories and memories, that, for some of us, we probably took for granted in childhood, but for these families, just precious moments to look forward to and always have to look back on as well.
I bet you've got a really good black book of all celebrities as well, because when you reach out to them and you're like, can you be a part of it? Is that always hard where you're like, oh my gosh, I've asked for this person, but I'm going to do all we can do to be able to get them on board?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're incredibly grateful to everyone across the community. I mean, it is one of the pure joys, I think, of working at Make-A-Wish, that when we pop in that call, so many people, drop everything. And it's really not just the celebrities who are amazingly generous with their time, but, there'll be people who'll be, making cakes behind the scenes, or, if we put out the message, we need a fairy dress. It'll be people staying up to all hours, to make something incredibly special for these kids. So, look, it's an organisation where we see, some of the toughest moments of life, but also some of, what, sometimes in community we take for granted, which is the power of seeing people come together to do great things.
Do you have you ever had a kid try and really push your connections and try and get to meet Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy or something like that?
And you're like, come
on, kids, that's top tier stuff.
Well, look, we had a little boy a few years ago called Archie who wanted to be captain of the Australian cricket team, and we thought that might be a tough ask, but we did actually manage to get him onto the pitch on Boxing Day dressed in his baggy white or his cap and his white, and he went out and tossed the coin. So look, again, it's really governed by what those kids want, and we will do everything in our power, astronaut suits from NASA, all sorts of things. So, look, we're incredibly grateful for everyone's support and also for your support in choosing us to help, make a difference with this fantastic book.
Yeah, well, it's Bumble the Bum Stinger. Pre-order is happening right now on the Booktopia website. So you go to booktopia.com.au, search Bumble the Bum Stinger. If you do pre-order, the royalties go directly to you at Make-A-Wish Foundation to put smiles on those kids' faces. So we're so excited to be part of it with you, Sally. So thank you so much for coming on board.
Oh, our pleasure, and a huge thanks to everyone. And we can't wait to see the books in people's hands and to see the great response.
No worries.
Thank
you so much.
Thanks, Sally.
Great to chat.
Thanks so much.
All right, get on board. Booktopia.com.au is the website. Search Bumble the Bum Stinger.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
There's no such thing as a cool parent, is there?
Yeah, me.
Okay, you're actually not. Oh, I'll give you this. Does your daughter like to go out in public with you if her friends are around?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you're invited for shopping trips with your friends?
Not invited, but if I'm there, it's not concerned.
Are you paying for it?
No, yeah.
Okay, all right. But when you just realise when the kids don't want you to drop them off at the front gate.
Yeah.
And my youngest is 6. And something happened. I was like, oh, do you want a hug? And he goes, not here. I was like, oh, come on. It's happened already where now I can't hug you in public because that's just cringe. And I understand it with the others. And if I have to pick up the eldest one early from school for an orthodontist appointment, I forgot to tell the school and I had to call and said, hey, can you pass on a message to him? Because I said, there is no way I'm going in the school gate. She was like, what? And I said, I would prefer to send up a flare because that would be less embarrassing than me found on the school grounds.
Does he not like you in the actual school?
No way. Once I had to go and pick him up and I think it was happening towards lunchtime and I had to walk ahead from them and be in the car before they even started to leave the room. I'm accepting of that, though. In all honesty, it doesn't bother me because I do get it.
Yeah.
But now I'm in a bit of a... Because I would have never been like that with my parents. And then you come back around.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But now I'm the other way with my dad. Like, oh, that's so cringe. But there's athletics today, and the middle one was like, "Are you going to come watch?" I was like, "What? Do you want me to watch?" He goes, "Yeah." But then I was like, "Well, the oldest one's going to be there, and I can't be here."
Or just don't watch him. If you get there and he says, if Finn decides, "Hey, Mum, come watch me," say, "No."
I've actually
Not
said
here
to
for
him,
you.
before we go to the shops, if I'm like there at Carindale and they're going off, I say to him, "Hey, and don't forget, if you see me, don't make eye contact because I don't want anyone to know that you're my child because that's just too cringe."
That's fair.
So I get him first.
Yeah.
And then if I walk past them, I just totally ignore them.
That's funny. So what will the friends do when they're all in a group? Do they ignore you as well? Do they kind of...
No, because it's not embarrassing for someone else's parents.
mum. No.
Yeah. But I mean, do they wave to you? Like, do they...
Oh, they'll say hi.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did Ethan
Finn,
go through
does he introduce himself to you? Hello, I'm Finn. What's your name?
No, just totally. But it's just that age where you start to realise that they just do not want you around.
No, Ethan was never like that.
No.
He's never been like that. But Eden already is.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to drop her off at the front and give her a kiss?
No. And Esther's not allowed to do that. She's not even allowed to say goodbye to her.
Yeah, or make eye contact.
Yeah. Eden... Yeah, Eden will be like if she's on her iPad playing Roblox with her friends.
Yeah.
And then I talk. She tells me to be quiet.
They don't know you exist.
Yes, that's pretty much what it's like. I'm like, I
Wow.
just said hello. She's
Don't do that. You know what? You should see how cool you are. And today, be at the front gate of the school when Rory comes out and say, "I just want to walk you home."
But no, that sounds like work.
I can tell you she wouldn't be excited to see you there.
Yeah, I think she would actually.
Really?
Yeah. She's not there yet. She's not, like she'll bring.
She asked you in primary school to stop going to meet her.
Yeah.
Remember?
Only because she wanted her independence.
Yeah.
But she'll bring her friends home and bring them up to meet me.
Yeah, because they're at your house. It's different. I meant in public.
Well,
in an emergency, this is the guy we go to. I'm not sure what
This
his
is the
name
guy
is.
that pays the bills. If you want any food or you want shopping money, he's the one to ask.
Yeah, they do. I don't know what it is. It's tough too because you think like they go from being little and they love you and they think you're cool, right?
Yeah.
It's so amazing when this little person thinks you're cool.
All that. And then everything that comes out of your mouth just deserves an eye roll. I'm like, sometimes I feel like I even want to get him first. So they'll ask a question and I'll be like, oh. Hey, seriously, where are my shoes? Oh, cringe.
13 10 60. Are you cringe? Do your kids think you are the cringest thing in the world? And also, too, kids, we're happy to hear from you if you want to tell us how cringe your parents are. It just, I don't know, it's always been the same for all of eternity, hasn't it?
Do you reckon Eden will come back around? Or are you allowed to drop her off at school?
Probably not.
No.
No.
Be allowed to walk her down the aisle.
Around the corner. If he's paying, yes.
Even then, I'm not too sure. I'm not getting my hopes up. Okay, I'm just gonna hope for the best and expect the worst.
That's the way to go.
Yep. 13 10 60. Cringe parents. That's what we want to know this morning. Give us a buzz. B105.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
If you try to be the cool parent, it doesn't exist. It just doesn't.
No.
Because no matter what happens, you're just not cool to your kids. Remember we were even speaking with Hugh Jackman. Remember he was like, "Oh yeah, my kids just find me cringe." And we're like, "You're Hugh Jackman.
I know.
How could you do that? You've got like things out of your hands. That's pretty cool."
Adamantium claws.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, apparently not. And there just has a time in your kid's life where they're like, "Can you please drop me around the corner and don't talk?" We want to know 13 10 60. Are you really cringe?
You must be
To your
very
kids.
cringe because you're anonymous. Cringe. What? Why are you so anonymous? Cringe.
Morning.
Other way around. Morning.
I'm the nurse at my kids' school, and I do all the periods, all the sex talk. So.
Oh yeah, okay.
No.
They win that one. Yeah.
Oh, do you give them an option to be sick for that day?
No, you know what? I've been doing it for so long, and I know all their friends. I don't think the oldest one, they're actually in the car with me right now. I don't think they mind so much anymore. They're just so used to it. But the youngest one, I don't think, you don't care at all. They're like,
No. See, it sounds like even in your house, all the awkward stuff probably
You've got
gets
out
talked
there's
about.
no taboo.
Like, totally. They're just, I think the kids are used to it. But I do bung it up a bit when I'm teaching and go, oh, yeah, hi.
Oh my God, they've silenced her.
But anyway.
Emma's there. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Hi. What makes you cringe to your kids?
It's actually my nephew. So I've just started doing like a bit of like UGC content creation, reviewing food companies.
Yes.
And my nephew's just old enough to dip his toes in social media, and he's seen my video and messaged me and just said, cringe, cringe, cringe.
Oh, no. I mean, you must be doing something right then. Really?
Well, yeah, must be.
You've got his attention. Are you trying to look her up?
Yeah, I'm looking at you now. M. Straz, right?
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Did he give you any other feedback, I guess, besides just cringe?
Well, I told him if he thinks I'm so cringe, then he won't be able to try any of the food that I get gifted.
Nice work. Nice work. Yeah.
So my other nephews have tried. There's a review from my other nephews. So I think he'll change his tune when he wants to try some food.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I know kids, like Xander tells me I'm cringe, right? My son. But then I look at the stuff that they watch and the people they watch and I go, what are you saying I'm cringe and you're watching that loser?
They're not related to that.
I know.
You know, I don't know. It's what they depict as cringe. Like he got at me the other day for imitating him with no pants on, but the thing that's upset him the most is I depicted him with an iPad.
That's so babyish. I can't believe you did that. You're so cringe.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I'm following you now. I wanted to see about this peanut butter.
Oh, okay. All right. You've got a few new fans there. Dominic in Eagleby, why is your dad specifically cringe?
He was in a popular band in the early 2000s. He was the lead singer, and everywhere we went got noticed. So it just got really embarrassing.
What was the name of the band?
Actually Avalon Drive.
Avalon Drive.
And did you like any of their music?
Yeah, of course. Look, I got to meet the Veronicas and Fall Out Boy and a bunch of people. He toured with In Excess. You know, he was.
Oh, it was all right back then, wasn't it? Hey.
Yeah, it was all. It was all right back then. Now it's like he just gets noticed, and I'm like, he's just an old dude. He's a teacher now. You know. I can't hang out with anywhere.
Oh, right. Is it so? Do you get uncomfortable when people try to talk to him?
Definitely. It's like, oh my God, you're such and such from this, especially when they notice him from so, long ago.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, is this your son? Oh, is he famous now too? And I'm like, no, I'm just a mechanic.
Hey, here's some of his music.
That's pretty good. How does he go now if you said he's a teacher? Does he ever perform for the students?
Look, he's still good. He's still good at singing. Look, and I did follow in his footsteps for a little while and take up a little bit of singing myself. But yeah, he's still good. But it's just not his thing anymore.
Yeah,
he's teaching and he loves doing what he's doing now. So
has he still got the emo look?
Yes. Definitely. He's still young in his mind.
Yeah. He's going to be stuck in that era, I think, for the whole time.
100%.
I think I might have interviewed your dad.
Oh my God, that's so cringe.
There's a possibility, yes, 100%. Yeah, definitely. They got a deal with Sony back in the day, so it's
right.
I reckon I did.
How old is your dad, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I'll be honest. He's in his 40s now. He'd be in his 40s now. He was, yeah. I mean, he was only young when he had me, and Yeah, he's definitely in his 40s now, so... But, he still looks young, he's tatted up, and, he's still popular, so...
There you go. Good on you, Dominic. I did, I reckon, when I did nights on the Gold Coast.
Well, when you're the same age,
Wow.
I had a girl tell me the other day when I was doing something with Bunnings, she was the marketing person there, she goes, I used to listen to you on the radio at night in my bed. I was like, oh, yeah. She goes, I was 15. Get lost.
The next day, yeah.
And to round us out, we got Toby in Birkdale. Morning, Toby.
Morning.
Now, you're 9 years old. You want to tell us about your cringe mum. What does she do, Toby?
She keeps saying that she's Sigma, and when she drops me off at school, she keeps saying, but have a good day, butt nugget.
Oh, yeah. She's trying to use the lingo, hey?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, Mum, stop it. There you go.
She's got the riz, hey?
She's got the riz.
Abby's up with all those words. You know them all, don't you?
Well, I try not to, but...
Try a few on Toby?
Well, at the moment, it's just about aura or not aura. I don't have much aura.
Negative aura?
I have negative aura.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Talking economics, but this will be interesting, I promise.
I find economics interesting.
Well, it is, and I always say it's kind of like a gamble, really. It's like predicting the weather. They've got all the research they possibly can.
And they still cock it up.
Exactly. But no, I was saying you've got a lot of measures to how the economy is going, right? There's a few different indicators that they use.
NASDAQ, the All Ords.
Pork bellies. Dow Jones.
I was talking about like gross domestic like product and inflation and all those ones, consumer price index. Yeah, it's kind of like those. Anyway,
ditto.
And talking about, I guess, the amount of money that you have left after you do all expenses, right? But I've heard about the lipstick indicator, which I've told you guys before, which is when things are going really bad, but yet women are like, okay, I'm going to pull back on spending, but one thing I'm not going to pull back on is something that's relatively cheap, but kind of an indulgement as well, talking about lipstick. So when they're saying sales prices go up of those, but everything else has gone down, maybe a recession is coming, and also men's underwear. Because men, during financially tight
poo themselves.
They don't update their underwear.
I don't update my underwear in the best of times.
Exactly, my point. Because
Right.
you're like, nah. But this one I have never heard of, and it's very interesting, talking about the stripper index. So what they're saying is that if strippers are like, wait a minute, I feel like there's a crisis coming, financial crisis, then they might be right. And one of the strippers was asked about this. Have a listen.
There's a famous idea called the stripper index, and the notion that dancers can sense the shift in the economy, obviously because of the connection to the Wall Street guys. Is this true? Have you heard of this?
Yes, I've heard of the stripper index.
Yeah.
And I will say that right before a market crash, we'll know 2 weeks in advance.
So Lionel, the chief economist down there.
Well, they probably are. They just don't want their wives to know.
So how did you come up with those numbers? Candy? Cindy? Can you come forward, please? So she explains it a little bit more in detail.
Wall Street is coming to the club and telling us, there's about to be a crash. Sometimes I don't like that they're dumping all of this panic onto us. I'm freaking out. All these Wall Street guys are coming here and telling me that the market's going to crash, the dollar is going to lose value, sell your assets, sell your house, buy gold, buy euros.
All right, but it is only the Wall Street strippers, though.
Well, I guess, but if times are going tough and the people that would normally have that extra funds, as I was saying, the discretionary funds, if they're not spending, would they not know? Where exotic dancers are like, times have been tough. We're not getting as many tips, or we're not getting as many customers coming in.
It does sound to me like the Wall Street guys know there's a recession coming, but they're still going to the strips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like,
well,
that's their lipstick.
They got to do it before it comes, and then they...
Yeah, they're just giving them a 2-week warning.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
I won't be here in a
I
fortnight.
won't be here. I miss you.
Yeah.
I miss you. I really can't come up with any other stripper names than Candy and Cindy. Sorry to all those people called Candy and Cindy.
Andrea? Stephanie? Charlotte?
You've gone and met a Charlotte.
What I'm saying is it's very stereotypical of you. They have many names.
Oh, they have a lot of real names, but I mean, when you're at
Karen,
the club, you're going to
Karen.
come up with a different name, don't you?
Betty. Wendy.
Would that be your name that you'd choose?
A Wendy. A Betty. I don't care what their name is.
I meant for them.
What do you mean?
They care what their name is if they're coming up with the showgirl name.
Why do they use
Brittany.
it?
They don't.
Brittany's
A lot of them
stripper
don't
name.
want to use their real name.
Yeah.
Or did you think that was their real name that they were giving you?
Well, I didn't. Again, don't care. What? I'm not, talking to them again. Charlotte, Marigold,
Smith.
Junior.
All right, yeah. I mean, that totally makes sense. What they're saying there.
Yeah.
And you know what? They it's kind of like the client privilege thing. The amount of stuff that guys would, after a fair amount of drinks, probably tell.
I know. Can you
dancers.
imagine them all going back into the back room and go, all right, okay, stocks, what did you hear? Did you hear this?
yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go
they're
and
back
buy
there,
them.
yeah.
Here we go.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
I've been hitting the old driving range lately of a Friday. afternoon. I've been going with some friends. Me and Joe went, and then I took me and Marty, my friend Marty. And, geez, it's such a...
Frustrating sport?
Yes. I went by myself one week, and no word of a lie, walked out of there going,
I'm going pro.
I could go pro. Every ball was straight.
Doesn't count.
It was going longer than I ever hit it before. I took a photo of the graph because I was like, this is amazing. And then you walk in the next time going, here we go. And it was all over the place.
Was that when you took people with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, that's why it's
I hate
taking them.
Yeah.
You're taking them something it was bad. It's very psychological, isn't it?
Yes, it
Especially
is.
my brother always goes, it's the confidence where you go into the next game because you're so confident and then you ruin it.
The thing I love about golf is when you hit a sweet shot and people go, that was great, how'd you do that? And you say, I have no idea.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's why I like the driver range. And we were talking about this, me and Marty were talking about it, because if you do that with one went way over to the left, almost missed the range, right? And that's your day. Because you got to walk.
We saw you when we went and played golf.
Yeah, that was a bad day too.
We were silent. That was the only time Matt and I were silent.
Didn't you hit it and it hit a golf cart behind us?
Yes, it did. Remember, we all just went.
Yeah, it didn't ricochet off. It just somehow went behind and hit the golf cart.
Yeah, it seems to be a special. So I was telling Marty, and I don't know if I've told you guys this story, but I got a mate, Ian, who loves to push me outside my boundaries. Like one day I went down to visit him, and he handed me a surfboard and said, "We're going out the back." And I'm like, Ian, what are you doing to me here? And
Bring your floaties.
He trusts me. He sees more in me than I see in myself. And he goes, we're going to a golf day. Next time you come down, we're going to play golf, but it's a competition day. So you're going to be Steve because you have to be a member to play in the competition, right? And he said, all you have to do, buddy, is hit a good one off the first hole, then you can do whatever you want. And I said, Ian, that's the hardest part.
Why do you have to do a good one on the
Because
first
I'm
bit?
supposed to be a player who is eligible for the competition.
Right, okay,
I'm
so to
Steve.
fake
Steve's
it...
good, yeah. You just hit one off, and then when we get away from the clubhouse, you can do whatever you want.
He's about to ruin Steve's handicap for him.
Steve's like, I don't want Stav to do it. Why?
Exactly. And plus, you got a gallery because it's a comp day. Oh. You're teeing off like in time and there's people around. It's like you're Greg Norman and you're sinking an 8-foot putt to win the championship.
Do you feel like you can already hear the whispers when you're going up? Is it tee off? Because I always think they already know, like, your stance is wrong. Yeah. The way you've got it's all wrong.
Yeah. You're the only one here wearing +4s.
But the Happy Gilmore of the comp, though. Like, you won't look like you're meant to be there, but maybe you'll smash it.
Do you know, sidebar, they made the putter for the movie. You could buy it, $900.
Oh, really?
The hockey stick putter. Yeah.
When does yours get here?
Yeah, no, they're all sold out. And I was telling Marty this story, right? Because what happened that day, he goes, you got to do it. First one off the tee, you got to do well. Yep. He also forgot to tell me that the ninth hole is also where the first hole is. You got to do a good one off the ninth as well. So, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm saying to Marty, because what happened was, I was like, so I got to hit a good one. So I went to the little cage, the little driving cage, and I was just having a practice. Yeah, having a practice. And no word of a lie. I was telling Marty, no word of a lie, my first ball that I hit in the practice cage to be good at this competition hits the bottom of the fence bar, ricochets back at my head. I dodge it. It hits a curb, bounces up, and hits a guy right in the face. I go over to apologise to the guy. He's got his hand over his mouth. Ian, my mate, goes, Stav, this is Bob. He's your playing partner.
Oh.
What did Bob say?
He was your playing partner?
No, he still was. Still was. All day. So I was telling Marty that story. And we laughed and laughed. Because, you couldn't write that, right? Yeah. And I even said to him, Ian didn't even really seem to react. And I said to Ian afterwards, I said, you didn't really react. He goes, because I could not believe that it just happened. There was 50 people behind me. And the one that I hit was the guy that I was partnered up with.
There could be 100 people in the room.
And if one of them Stav, you're going to get hit in the face. So I told Marty that story. We had a bit of a giggle. Ha, 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 ha. I go back up to tee up, and I hit it. It ricochets off the fence, goes behind me, hits a small Asian man in the face. Steve is a bad golfer. Steve should retire.
What did the guy say? Is he okay?
Yeah.
That would hurt. Or are you not that? Not that.
And it's a driving range, so you're not going to yell 4. But the fact I just told the story of something that was a 1 in a million possibility.
Well,
and
apparently not.
It's your specialty.
Apparently.
So I'm going Friday if anyone wants to come.
Absolutely not. Bring a full face helmet.
Yeah.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
I present the Honourable Anthony Albanese, Prime Minister.
Oh, we saw him eating up a storm yesterday at the Ekka, and he's in the studio this morning. Albo, the Prime Minister, good morning.
Great to be with you. The diet went out the window yesterday, I'm going to say.
It's always the headlines, isn't it, where, like, how you eat the strawberry sundae?
There is no good way to be filmed or photographed eating as a politician. It's as simple as that. Yeah. And they wait and wait and wait. And you hear these days, in the days when people had to actually, process film. Yeah. But now it's all digital, so you just hear it click, 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 click.
And they go, that looks great, way to go.
Yeah,
yes. And you're right, there's, I can't think of a single food where you would be like, oh, yeah, people look sexy eating it.
None of it looks good. I had honey yesterday.
Yeah.
On a little spoon. That was okay because that was delicate.
Spoon
delicate.
Yeah. But then I guess once it's in your mouth, it gets sticky. So you're like,
that's true. Yep.
It's like going on a first date and ordering spaghetti bolognese, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
That's just
you got to put your
like me for who I am. Yeah. Have you set a wedding date?
No, we're close. We've decided it will be this year.
Okay,
it will be this year. We're close. We got.
You've got a.
We've
date.
got a couple of options.
I'm not going to ask.
We've got a couple of options.
Okay.
Wait for your invite.
Okay.
It's
not really. Just teasing.
Do you have like the rest of us? There's always a list, right? You've got your tier one, and then people reply, "No, we can't make it." So then you've got a second pocket.
Our list is pretty small.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
We're going to do something that's
all of the Liberal Party,
not enormous.
No.
The problem is if you go to the sort of tier 2, if you like, as you frame it, then you end up having to. Tier 2 is pretty big.
Yeah. Well, I always see it's like fantasy.
I know
football.
a lot of people. Yeah.
You've got to eliminate some of them.
Jodie's got tons of cousins. Her mum and dad are one of, I think, 9 and 8 respectively. So there's
any world leaders?
No, it's not a political event. Okay, it's an event between myself and Jodie.
Are you going to write your own vows, or are you going to go through religion?
Okay, we'll do all that ourselves, and we've had a bit of time to plan it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll leave it to the last minute.
Abby, hello.
Talking about the AI, I heard a lot of people are like concerned of how, we talk about social media ban that is going to come into effect, but it's how you implement it. And people are like, well, wait a minute, if AI is taking off and we've got to do a Face ID, then is that going to be a bit of an issue to verify our age? Is it?
Look, this is something we're going to have to navigate as a society, not just as government. This is going to change the way that we work, the way that we live. 30 years ago, people weren't clicking photos everywhere. They weren't texting. I'm old enough to have backpacked around Europe at a time where you had to once a week get some coins, put it in a phone and
reverse
dial,
charges
and dial home to talk for a couple of minutes to let your mum know that you were still okay.
Yeah. Now she can geolocate you through her Apple Find My Friends.
Now anything can happen. Well, at that time, I'm amazed they all came off. I had agreements like, I'll meet you in the main square of Athens, wherever that is, on
and
June
you had to be there.
June the 5th at 12 o'clock, and you had to be there.
Yeah. Now you're like, oh, you know what? I'm actually feeling a little bit sick, or maybe we should go to this place. I heard that it's a lot better. Like,
the way you go.
Yeah.
When you went backpacking, where did you go? That must have been a wild time that I'm sure you're glad there was no Facebook for.
I'd done no travel. I went into a travel agent and said, I want to fly Qantas to London. Where do they go via? And they went via Harare in Africa.
Right.
Wow.
In Zimbabwe. So I went to Zimbabwe for a month.
Wow.
And then arrived in London. I went on a Kentucky tour first around London, which was fun. Sorry for if there's anyone who was on that bus for whatever went on during that time. And
imagine that, though. There's some guy who sees you now up on TV as a world leader. They go, I saw that guy's bum in Africa on a Kentucky bus. Whatever, Dad.
No, around Europe.
London.
Around that.
Right.
That guy was pretty loose. And then I got a Ural pass that you could get. I don't know if they still exist, 60 days. And so I slept lots on the train. I crossed over to West Berlin from East Berlin because Bruce Springsteen was playing.
Oh, wow.
I got stuck over there because there was a curfew getting across. all my gear was at this youth hostel in East Berlin, and the next morning I had to talk my way through the East German guards because I only had a single entry visa of why it was they had to let me in because my gear was there, and I sort of came up. So I just wanted to see what it was like on the other side.
I guess you're not organising the honeymoon, are you? After all those experiences,
I think we might stay in a bit better places.
Yeah, we're just going to sleep on the train.
And we stayed at that time.
Now, you've also are one of the first people to get your hands on our brand new book.
It's awesome.
That we've made as well.
So all the royalties are going to Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Fantastic.
And we are the three characters. So Stav is the sloth, Maddie is the magpie, and I'm the alpaca.
The alpaca. How did you get to be the alpaca?
Because it's an A, so we had to come up with an animal with an A.
Okay.
I wanted to do even an ant was cuter than an alpaca spitting, but they said that I
There's too many similarities.
Angry.
The alpaca was a bit rude to King Charles, remember? Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, they spit and they grow.
Yeah.
What did it do to King Charles? Did it spit on it?
Yeah, it wasn't good. Kids will love this.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So if you do pre-order right now, booktopia.com.au is where you can get your hands on it. Of course, the royalty is going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
For a good cause.
Yeah, so you can order one and you can read it to your dog, though.
Toto.
What about there'd be like a library in Canberra that holds all the most important pieces of literature. That's surely one that you could put in there.
Well, there is the National Library, of course, has every book that's published in Australia.
Oh, so it would be in there.
It will be in there.
Wow.
It's actually part of the law.
Right.
So who does it? Someone has to go and buy them, or is it just law that you have to send every copy?
The publishers send.
Oh.
Yeah.
What, just to keep your eye across everything?
Part of the deal of the national collection.
Wow.
Book number 2 needs to start with an A, so we do go to the front.
Okay.
A. Okay, there.
Aardvark.
Yes. There we go.
Albo the Aardvark. Right.
Mate, great to see you. Thanks for popping by.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
The very fabulous Guy Sebastian.
Always great to chat to this lad, and he's got a brand new album out on Friday, which is even better. Guy Sebastian, hello.
Hello, beautiful man. The album's out. The album is ready. People don't have to wait. It came out last Friday.
It was last Friday. Oh, sorry. I thought it was this Friday.
Not listen to it top and tail.
You know, out of all the interviews we've done over the years, I absolutely do no preparation. I just work it out as we go, all right?
I would have thought you were going to run down through your favourite tracks and the big one that you haven't heard yet.
Well, Stav and Abby, you tell him, what are your favourite tracks on there as well?
I've actually, no word of a lie, Guy.
He's loving this
I've loved both the singles.
No, he actually is.
I've loved both. I love the sound that you've got. I think the first single to me sounded like it could have been a Bond theme, if that makes sense to you. And it's just it's a new sound from you, and I'm loving it. I think it's some of your best work.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you, legends.
Well, I was just excited when you walked down the stairs at the Logies when you were singing. I was like, oh, he's back.
Oh, yes. I was trying to walk without any limp or anything. I'm still a little bit injured. And then it's funny because I popped my Achilles about 12 weeks ago. Yeah. And then on Logies, when you're performing, I just forget to protect it. So I started dancing and doing all sorts. And then it got to just the adrenaline takes over. Then it got to the end of the song. And Sonia Kruger, she's like, oh, Guy Sebastian, blah, 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 and then afterwards I was like, ow.
Well, that's it. You were going full on. And I was like, way to go, man. I was like, that's a quick recovery. And especially I was like, please don't give way, because you can't give way when you're on stage at the Logies, because they'd go, oh, here's Guy Sebastian, had a few drinks before. So I was like, oh.
Exactly. I think my physio was watching going, what the hell are you doing?
Isn't it crazy? Because you've been off that leg for 12 weeks or whatever. When you take the cast off and then you put your legs side by side, just how quickly you can get a chicken leg by not walking around on it.
I uploaded a story. People thought I photoshopped it. It was because I was in a cast for 6 weeks and then a boot for a little while, just on crutches. And And I've got this one like Thor-like calf that's been doing all the work. I mean, I'm on video now. I could show you, but that's very boring radio. Just people listening at home, just imagining. But I've got this one massive calf and this one pathetic little like I've been on the street begging or something.
Like your half-missed leg day.
Yes.
I was introducing Maddie to this because he couldn't get his head around it and Stav's across it because my friend who has got into it because of her daughter talking about the K-pop Demon Hunters. And she's obsessed with all the songs and she wants to go and see, I guess, a lot of K-pop and not take her daughter. I'm like, how could you do that? But your son's quite impressive with his vocals. He's been sing along.
He did a cover, of one of those K-pop songs, and I'm filthy because I think they're my competition to get number one this week. So I'm like, oh, Archie, thanks a lot. You've just promoted my competition, and now so tell your friend it's wonderful, but just tell her to hold off for a week. Buying Demon Hunters and tell her to get Guy Sebastian so an odds can get a number one.
That is crazy, isn't it, though, to think you're in competition with a animated show. But I mean, yes.
It's better than Crazy Frog or something, right?
Yeah.
But,
that's true.
People will listen to what they want, and it's taken over the world, the whole K-pop thing. I think I actually have a song coming out by a big, really, really big K-pop artist. It's a song that I wrote and that this K-pop artist is releasing, and they've gone massive. They obviously just Korea, but now they've infiltrated. They're at the Grammys. They're everywhere. I'm sure they'll be at the Arias next.
So you didn't want to sing that one?
No, I'm not covering that this week. That's for sure. No, definitely not.
No, but I meant for you to be able to write it and then give it away. Is that I don't know?
Oh, it's a song that just for this album I've written well over 100 songs, and so then I end up just pitching it out to other artists if they want to record it. And this one was very close to making the album, but I had another one that was kind of similar. And so this guy, he's a really big artist I won't say who it is just because in case I never count my chickens until it's literally been released. But he's just over there, instead of Spotify, they use this thing called Melon. He's had 13 billion streams just him alone. So he's pretty massive.
Is there ever a point when you give someone a song though, where you you change your mind and you go, actually no, I want that song back? Like that song that was only on loan. That song.
You know what's funny? There's a song on Illy's record. I told my son, because my son, Archie, who you just mentioned, he listens to all my demos as well, and he tells me his favourites, right? He was obsessed with this song that I'd written, and then Illy cut it, and I said, oh, Archie, Illy's just cut this song, and he's like, no! That's my favourite. I wanted you to cut that, but no, it's good. It's always a compliment that when someone cuts your song. It's and especially Illy. Illy's dope.
You just say to him, "Don't worry, mate. It's the reason we're going to go on a really nice holiday at Christmas." Okay, that's how Dad's got to pay the bills. You'll be sweet.
You're talking about the music industry like it's 10 or 20 years ago. Now I'll be telling him that'll pay for the next couple of Happy Meals at McDonald's.
We are hanging out with Guy Sebastian this morning. More with him next here at B105.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
The very fabulous Guy Sebastian.
Guy Sebastian.
Guy Sebastian!
Guy Sebastian, he is on with us. He's got his brand new album, which is out now, and we're talking about songwriting with Guy at the moment.
And I've heard this. I've been looking into the songwriting process, hopefully going to pick up a pen. And my teacher was saying, you'll write 100, maybe 200 songs. And do you have a sounding board? Because apparently he was telling me Uptown Funk sat in the waste paper basket on the computer files for 13 months, and he'd keep on going back to it, tinkering with it, and he never thought it was anything. And then he played it to someone. It's like, this is gold. You got to release this one. Do you have a sounding board, Guy?
Multiple. I mean, I'm pretty lucky that Jules is a singer as well. Jules, we met singing. We got together. It's so corny. We were at a mate's wedding, and he asked us to do a duet of this Mariah Carey, Brian McKnight song. And so I went over to a house and we started rehearsing, and that's how we ended up getting together is through singing this duet at someone's wedding, and she's always super honest. And then I've got my best mate's useless because he only listens to 2GB, but otherwise I've got my brothers are pretty musical, and now my kids, like I think I've become one of those parents where I'm really interested to see what my kids think because they know what's up.
Yeah. Did you guys hook up the night of the wedding?
I was thinking, was it before or was it?
Well, they already made beautiful music together.
Well, that's the thing. And weddings are romantic, or did you play it cool?
Well, you know what's funny? She tells the story, like when I rocked up at her house, because she's 2 years older than me, and when you're 18 and 20, that's a big deal. Because I was just a moron. I still am, but I was just so I was obsessed with sport, and obviously did heaps of music, and I just was not ready for a relationship. And I was I was always a clown. I'd do anything to get a laugh. And then one day, that day of the wedding, I rocked up in my suit, and she said that's the first moment she looked at me and went, "Oh,
he's a bit of a man.
He's quite handsome, this guy." And, it was a suit from Roger David, I think, and it was very cheap, but it worked. It did the trick.
You're like, it's on hire, so take it back.
Before that, the school uniform didn't quite do the same for her.
No, it's a bit of a cougar, old Jules.
Speaking of you loving sport, have you gone all in and bought tickets for the grand finals, considering this is so unusual that Adelaide Crows are top of the ladder?
It's pretty amazing. Bit of a scare on the weekend. There was way too close. The first was playing last week. Crows were playing West Coast, and it was just a little too tight for my liking. I was sweating. You know what's funny? I've got this really kind of important gig penciled in Singapore that was locked in ages ago. And you're like, your team locks stuff in, and then I don't look at the date when it's like bloody June or something, and then there's a gig locked in for September. But then I checked my diary recently because I'm obviously getting pretty excited, and this gig in Singapore is locked in then. So I'm currently in the process of trying to wiggle my way out of it because I honestly, I'm a mad AFL person. Like I've always played footy my whole life, and the fact that Crows might be in the finals, and I reckon are a chance of winning. It's been 97, 98. I was in year 12 in 1998, and it's been a long time.
And the whole of Adelaide, when they won, just like stopped down. It was bizarre.
It's not like in any other state. Like obviously Victoria's got a lot of teams, whereas we've only got Port and we've got the Crows. And so when one of those teams win, there's literally a ticker tape parade through the mall. Like they shut down the whole city, and it's such a vibe. It's hopefully the Crows can take it out.
Well, hopefully not. But anyway, that's just me. That's just.
If you commit some sort of like federal crime or something, Singapore won't approve your visa. Bang! You're out of
commitment to the Adelaide Crows.
Oh, that is good commitment. Speaking of footy, what is with Brisbane and doing Hopowatis?
I'm not talking about it. Okay, all right. So
she wouldn't let us report it on the show.
No, I wouldn't let you report. I'm a mad like Lions, and my husband is mad Adelaide Crows, and it's like the tension in the household is just annoying. So he keeps sending me stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's clenching his ass. That's how much tension there is.
No, the AFL just they posted it. I actually commented on it. I said, "Oh, geez, the world's gone mad. What we need to ask for consent to pull out wedgies now for people." What's very weird, I will say. I don't know what's going on over there in Brizzy, but hopefully, when I'm up there touring, people aren't going to just be groping me.
Back to the album.
Oh, mate, when you tour, there'll be lots of surprises coming here in Brisbane. That is going to be huge as well. You're going right around the country for this tour, yeah?
Yeah, April, May. It's been quite a few years since I've toured. The last album was Truth and did the Truth tour, and obviously this one just took quite a long time for me to be happy and release, and I've finally done that. But playing this one on the road will be a lot of fun, and obviously I never miss Brizzy. I love it up there, and can't wait.
The album is out now, 100 Times Around the Sun. We are playing the new single. It's a great tune.
Yeah, I can't wait to hit the road with this one. It's lots of fun.
Mate, always an absolute pleasure to have you on. Look forward to chatting to you, hopefully, pre the grand final when it's Crows versus Brisbane, and we'll have a bit more
You've got no
banter.
finals experience, but anyway, let's go.
Yeah. I'll be up there in person next time. I'll be wearing a few layers of undies. Just in...
Good to talk to you, Guy.
Bye, Guy.
Have a good one.
Alpha Bucks tomorrow, the 15th of August, guys. It's a Friday. Here are the answers for Alpha Bucks.
6 a.m. Your letter is L. Some of your answers are librarian, Louis Vuitton, and one of Maddie's favourite shows, Love Child. 7 a.m. You do love that.
He did, but I don't think it's on anymore.
No,
Is it
that's
wrapped up?
for a long time. Yeah, it was a great show, though.
7 a.m. It's C. Some of your answers are Cherry Ripe, Candyman, and Kate Blanchett. And 8 a.m. it's P. And some of your answers are Pound, Paul Kelly, and Maddie's favourite type of chicken, Portuguese.
Oh, yeah. All right. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.